Okay, so I'm up on the roof and I'm about to put new soil into the old strawberry tower. I've crunched up the old soil and taken out roots from plants from last year. Now what I'm doing is wetting that last year's soil and adding new soil to top it up. And I'm making sure that let's look at my bum first. Okay. I'm topping up each of the sections and getting some of the overflow of the worm casting poo tea. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a wee bit. I'm coming back with more water so that I can add more to the tea bag, the poo tea bag, the worm poo tea bag. And I seem to be able to get about 7 or 8 bottles full before the water starts to clear again. And so I'm adding this to the dry soil that was from last year. And then I'm also mixing up a new batch of new soil and adding that poo water to it as well, so that the new soil I'm putting in is going to hydrate the plants that I'm planting. And I may be off to find, oh, here's the poo tea. I'm just going to show you this a little bit closer. Plant tea. And I might try to add a closer view of that if I can figure out how to do that. So I've gone off to get the plants. Yes, you can see there are a few micro dwarf tomato plants already in the tower. I'm going to put about 2 in each section. I think that's about what each can handle with the roots of these little guys. And then I'll put some herbs in and maybe some pansies. And I've got some dill that I want to get in there too. And so, okay, let's see my bum again. There we go. And I'm off to get either more, oh no, I'm looking for plants to put in. I'm not quite sure yet what I want in there. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on up here on the roof. You can see the corner on the bottom right side. That's my hammock, and it's a little worse for wear. I've been using duct tape to fix it and putting in a few straps underneath it to hold when I sit down. Okay, we're back. We've got some more plants, more tomatoes. I've got quite a few tomatoes, which I'm quite happy about. Here's some more. They're going back. They're a little large. I want just the little ones in there. And so what I've just found out is that they're going to be putting more of, see the white siding at the top right, in, and I've covered some of it up at the back. You can see I've got a bamboo curtain of privacy wall there. I'm going to have to take that down. Thankfully, they're not doing it this year. So I've got a year to clear, and I am actually doing a year to clear on daily and so I'll very slowly bring things down that I don't need, and by the end of fall I will be judicious in what I put in the greenhouse again, so that when it comes down I'll be able to just ferry things down to the garage. 4 floors. It's not that easy of a task, but I do still need to use the greenhouse for the winter to overwinter some of the perennials. You can see a couple of the gray poles working vertically where I've taken the cover off the greenhouse, but I've not taken the frame down. And I'm going to have to take the frame down next year in spring, just before they begin to do the work. Okay, so here we are starting on the top level, and I'm shoving some of the little dwarfs down in. I'm picking off some of the older bottom leaves and pushing them down into the soil and adding a little bit of the newly hydrated soil. And I'm over on the other side putting the second one in. It's really too bad that the camera slipped a little bit and you can't really see it, but you can see me pushing things down with my thumbs and getting them nice and solid in there. And then I'm just shoving some of the soil over, and here comes some lettuce. Red lettuce and green lettuce is going up there on the top. So I'll have salads very, very soon because these are quite healthy salads. I actually bought these ones. I got them from Richter's. I've grown some too, and that they're in other pots, and I'm just going to be harvesting them from the pots that they're in. But these ones I think will keep growing back. The more that I cut and use the lettuce, the more leaves will keep growing back. So off I am over on the other side of the roof deck trying to figure out which herbs I can put in there. And I think the one I choose, I think I put in a cilantro. I'm growing quite a few of them. I got them from my grocery store in one of the living containers, and I just broke that apart and put them all into their own little pots. So I've got quite a few of them growing in separate pots. Okay, now what else can we talk about here? I've been using the hose to fill up. You can see the bottom lower left, there's an upside down water bottle there, and I've just been going around, and I haven't needed a lot of water yet because the little seedlings are still in small pots, and so I've just been watering with pots. So that one's empty, it's upside down, lets me visually know that it needs to be refilled with the hose. And the terracotta colored garden tower is quite a bit larger. It's in the background, so it appears to be just a little bit larger, but it's quite a bit larger. It's 5 feet high, and it's probably about 2 feet across, and it's on its own attached wheelbase, so it's very easy to move and turn. The strawberry black one is a little bit less solid, and so I've had to put some poles down the center of it and snap them into place, and then shove down some other wires to hold it. And I have to be careful because in the past I've had all my plants in and then it's toppled, and I've had to do some quick fixing. What are we doing now? I think I might have come back with the cilantro. And again, apologies for not having the camera focused, but I mean, really, this is about a little bit of chit-chatting. What is this? Oh yeah, here's the cilantro, and I'm clipping off the dead leaves and just having the healthy growth go into the pot so that it can thrive and survive. And especially with this new, very mild fertilizer with the worm poo, it should really take off and do quite well up there on the top, and then not have a heavy root system that's going to compete with the lettuce and with the tomatoes. Okay, and it seems to be going in rather well from what I can see, and knowing what I was doing when I was planting it in. Okay, what else do we need? Oh yeah, a little bit of water for all of this, and there's going to be overflow going down through, which is really nice because as long as you keep the top one hydrated, the rest of them take the overflow quite well. And I can always see what's happening at the bottom and keep a container underneath and just keep pouring it back in until the soil really holds the water. And a quick in real life of the top of the containers and back into animation before we say goodbye, and we'll see you next week.